Hello, hello, and good afternoon. Kamusta kayong lahat? Welcome sa Usapang Pera. Hi, kamusta? Nandito na naman tayo for our episode this week. And ang tinitle ko sa kanya is a Merry Christmas episode. Kasi, of course, it will be Christmas in 3 days, no? So, Merry Christmas sa inyong lahat. And I hope na you'll enjoy our episode for today, no? And sa mga hindi pa nakakakilala sa akin, of course, my name is Fitz Villafuerte. Ayan, nakalagay dyan sa baba yung pangalan ko. Ayan, I'm the owner and the co-founder of the website Ready to Be Rich, which you can find at fitzvillafuerte.com. And of course, I own the Facebook page na Ready to Be Rich. And I am by profession a registered financial planner. So ano ba yung registered financial planner? It's basically your doctor for finance, for personal finance. So pag masakit yung katawan mo, pupunta ka sa medical doctor para magpakonsulta. Pero pag ang may sakit sa'yo ay yung katawan, ay yung bulsa mo at ang wallet mo, then sa isang registered financial planner ka dapat nagpapakonsulta. So that's basically my profession, and I earn from the consultation fee that my clients pay me. Pero syempre, swerte kayo ngayon kasi nanonood kayo ng live stream ng Usapang Pera, and dito, of course, libre magpakonsulta. So later on, we'll have a question and answer segment where you can ask anything about business, personal finance, and investments. But for now, I'd like to welcome you dito sa ating episode for this week. And as always, we have 3 segments sa ating show. The first one is yung quotable quotes, where I share with you a meaningful quote that that I find important and that I find inspirational or motivational, and I'll share with you my thoughts about it. Then we'll have our topic of the day. So surprise yung topic of the day natin. But of course, it's always related sa quotable quotes. And sa topic of the day, it's when I share with you my opinion or my tips on the topic. And of course, the last segment of our Usapang Pera live stream is yung question and answer na open forum, free for all. You can ask me anything about business, entrepreneurship, personal finance, and even investment. So, welcome sa mga nanonood ng live stream ko. I hope you enjoy our show for this week. And I would appreciate it very much if you can leave a message sa live chat so that I know you're here and I am coming with you loud and clear, no? Malinaw yung ating audio at saka okay yung ating video. Alright? So, without further ado, let's go to our first part of our show, which is ang quotable quotes. So welcome to Quotable Quotes. This is a segment where I share with you a meaningful quote that I find inspirational, motivational, or even educational. And for this week, I chose a very popular quote by a French author, si Antoine de Saint-Exupéry. I'm not really familiar with how you pronounce the name, but of course, he is very familiar to all of us kasi he's the author of The Little Prince na libro, and he says, a goal without a plan is just a wish, no? So, I remember reading this specific quote several years back, and sobrang oo nga, tama yun, no? A goal without a plan is just a wish. And I'm sharing with you now because, of course, it's gonna be the end of another year, and marami na naman tayong makikitang mga New Year, New Me post. And I'd like to share with you something na personally, several years ago, I did have a lot of goals, mga personal goals. Marami akong gustong magawa, marami akong gustong mabili, marami akong gustong ma-achieve. And when I read this quote, I realized na, oo nga, if my goals is, if I don't plan for my goals, then ang lumalabas, it's just a wish. And when you say wish, you are relying on on luck or on destiny in making it happen, no? Which is of course malabo. If you have a wish, usually umaasa ka na may swerteng mangyari na matupad 'yon. And most of the time, syempre, hindi nangyayari 'yon. Or sobrang tagal mo maghihintay bago maging wish come true. But I realized with most of my personal goals and with most of our personal goals, mga gusto nating magawa, gusto nating ma-achieve, gusto nating mapuntahan, no? Mga bucket list natin, yung mga gusto nating mabili para sa sarili natin. All of those, it's always better to make a plan. And related sa ating topic of the day later, this period wherein tapos na ang taon, it's really a great time to do some life planning. Okay? So, basically, that's it. That's our quotable quote for today by French author of the best-selling novel, The Little Prince, no? Si Antoine de Saint-Exupéry. Yan, he's a French guy. He says, a goal without a plan is just a wish. Okay, so always remember that, guys. Alright, so welcome sa ating topic of the day. So, ang topic of the day is of course, nababasa niyo na, planning for your 2020 goals. No? So, deliberately, ginawa kong Merry Christmas episode yung title ng ating live stream. Kasi I'm actually trying to see if it's better to be a little bit mysterious sa title natin sa live stream, tapos we talk about something dun sa live stream natin, just like what I did dun sa unboxing ng Starbucks planner natin, no? So, I don't know if you got curious kung tungkol saan ba talaga yung episode, and then find out na yung ating unboxing, it's really about having the right positive mindset for in our lives, which is basically something that we can practically do through the Starbucks planner, which is keeping a gratitude journal. So, yun, no? And for this episode, ang nilagay ko is a Merry Christmas episode. But of course, it's really about sharing with you how do I plan for the next year, no? So, planning for your 2020 goals. So, I'm hoping na by sharing with you how I plan my year, you'll be able to pick up some tips and advice, and hopefully matulungan din niya kayo na paano ba magplano for the coming year. Kasi sinasabi nila, bili ng bili or kuha ng planner, wala namang plano sa buhay. So, I hope matulungan ko kayo. This is specifically how I plan for the coming year. And of course, it starts with a goal. Ano ba talaga yung gusto kong ma-achieve for next year, no? So, itong time na to, itong period na to, yung parating yung Christmas, and especially yung between Christmas and New Year, sobrang love ko siya. Bakit? Kasi unang-una, of course, wala masyadong work. Busy yung mga tao sa mga kanilang personal celebration, so wala masyadong mga client na nagtatawag. But of course, all of us will be busy pagdating sa mga reunions and parties. But I always make sure that I allot 2 to 3 days na wala akong gagawin. Wala akong kailangan puntahan sa labas, because it's really my time for me to sit down and reflect upon ano ba yung na-achieve ko for the past year, and ano yung gusto kong ma-achieve for the next year. So, I encourage you guys to take some time to really think, ano ba yung number one goal ko for 2020? Ano ba yung gusto kong ma-achieve? And of course, lahat tayo, marami tayong gusto ma-achieve, but it would really be very helpful if you can choose one. At least ito yung number one goal mo for 2020. As in, ito talaga yung make it or break it. Ito talaga yung dito mo ibubuhos yung most, if not all of your time and energy. Kasi if we have a lot of goals, usually parang nagiging spaghetti brain tayo. Yun yung term ko sa sarili ko, nagiging spaghetti brain ka na naman. Ibig sabihin, halo-halo. Because if you have a lot of goals, marami kang gustong ma-achieve, yung effort mo, nadi-divide. And in the end, you'll be able to make progress in all of them, but walang natatapos. So, I'm not saying na dapat isa lang ang goal mo. What I'm saying is, among all your goals, dapat meron kang top priority na given the chance na suddenly have free time, for example, na I would make an effort to work on that primary goal. And of course, you have your number one goal, and then pwede kang magkaroon ng secondary goal. And I usually have two to three secondary goals for the year. Right? So, of course, walang basagan ng trip. Depende sa inyo kung ano ba yung goal ninyo. And for the past several years, ang mga naging goal ko, I remember one of my very first primary goals was writing a book, which I achieved back in 2012. So that was really the time when I started taking goal planning seriously. Goal planning towards the end of the year seriously, no? Sabi ko, I've always said to myself na magsusulat ako libro, i-compile ko yung mga articles ko sa blog ko, pero hindi ko ginagawa. Up until I really committed myself na ito, gagawin ko na to for next year. Ito, wala na ako ibang gagawin kundi ito. So, for the past several years also, some of the primary goals that I also set for myself is putting up an financial planning firm, which of course resulted to the creation of yung Wealth Archie na company namin ng mga other registered financial planners. And a lot of, or most of the goals that I set usually is actually creating a new business. Usually yun yung ginagawa kong primary goal, or creating a new income stream. But of course, a lot of us, we can also choose self-improvement. Siguro gagawin kong secondary goal ko. I don't think that I would want it to be a primary goal of mine, but I will set it as a secondary goal for myself in 2020 na to lose some weight. Okay? So yan. How do I plan to lose some weight? Which well, basically, yun yung next step after you've defined or set your primary goals and primary and secondary goals for next year. You need to make a plan. And ako usually ang planning ko, nagbe-brainstorm muna ako, which means I take a piece of paper, nakasulat sa taas, ito yung goal ko, and then I mind map. I don't know if you're familiar with mind mapping. I encourage you to read about it. But basically, I create a mind map of how I plan to achieve it. And brainstorming lang, meaning I don't think about the steps. I think about what do I need to do. What are the things that I need to do to achieve this, no? So talagang sulat lang, mind mapping, wala kailangang chronological order, na kung ano yung maisip ko na ito yung mga kailangan kong gawin, ito yung mga steps na kailangan kong gawin, no? Para i-achieve yung goal ko, I just write it down. And then after writing or exhausting yung mga steps or yung mga tasks, then that's when I start to organize lahat nung na-brainstorm ko na ideas, tasks, or steps. And I group them. Ito yung magkakasama, ito yung mga related, ito yung mga steps na kailangan mauna to before ito. And after that, that's when I start to put it in the calendar. Okay? So, para sa akin, yun yung isa sa mga crucial step. Ito yung mga kailangan kong gawin for January. Ito yung kailangan kong matapos by January. Ito yung kailangan kong matapos by February, by March. As ang target ko for my primary goal is ma-achieve ko siya by September, kunwari. So, it's important to put a time or a deadline dun sa goal mo. But, of course, big goals, they tend to be overwhelming. It helps to break it down to several steps. And then yung several steps na yon, lagyan mo siya ng deadline, lagyan mo rin siya ng schedule. And then, after that, you actually have to focus on achieving those little steps. Wag mo na masyadong isipin yung primary goal mo. That's why I said earlier na, of course, I have primary, I have secondary goals. And then, suddenly, I find myself one weekend na, I have some free time. It's now easy to work on your primary goal kasi you just have to look at your list, your plan, and then of course since naka-breakdown into little steps yung kailangan mong gawin for your primary goal, it's easy to choose na ito pala yung next na kailangan kong gawin. So ito yung gagawin ko this weekend so that I will come closer to my primary goal. So basically that's how I do my planning for the upcoming year. And syempre hindi ko pa nagagawa yung plans ko for 2020 because Christmas is coming. Of course, we're a little bit busy during these days leading up to Christmas. But always, I don't know about you guys, but personally, yung the day after Christmas, December 26 hanggang December 29 o December 30, ano yan may konting rest period, no? Yung mga tao medyo bumibuelo towards the coming new year, but I always find some quiet time for myself to do some personal planning, to do some reflection. Ano ba yung mga goals ko for 2019 na hindi ko na achieve or hindi ko natapos? So, alam mo yun, I would analyze na saan ako na nagkamali, ano yung mga mistakes ko, paano ko siya iiwasan, ano yung mga na-underestimate ko, ano yung mga na-overestimate ko, and how do I make myself better and ready for my 2020 goals. Alright? So, ayun, ang daldal ko. So, I hope may natutunan kayo, may na-pick up kayo sa shinare ko today. So, basically, I wish you all the best pagdating sa inyong 2020 goals planning. So, with that, I'd like to end our topic of the day and we go ahead with our question and answer segment. So if you have questions, guys, you just ask it sa live chat natin and I'll answer them for you. But before we go to that, let's take a short break and tell you about my personal campaign, which is reaching 1,000 subscribers sa ating YouTube channel. So I hope you subscribe and invite your friends na mag-subscribe as well dito sa ating YouTube channel. And to tell you honestly, guys, this is one of my goals for 2020, which is growing my YouTube channel, no? And of course, it all starts with a goal. Personally, gusto ko ma-achieve yung 1,000 subscribers hopefully before February, no? So I've been saying that sa mga past episodes natin na January I'll do more promotions sa ating YouTube channel, but for now, 'di ba, pioneer kayo. And as I always tell dito sa live stream ko, when we reach 1,000 subscribers, magpapa-raffle siguro tayo, magpapa-promo tayo, mag-giveaway tayo. So, I'm really excited for that. And if you have suggestions kung anong gusto nyong i-giveaway natin sa 1,000 subscribers milestone, you can comment it sa ating live chat. Or if you're watching this as a replay, you can comment it down below sa ating video. Right? So that's my little ad break. Let's go to our question and answer part, no? Hello, hello, and welcome back sa ating Usapang Pera Question and Answer. So, hello Ground Zero and welcome sa Usapang Pera. So, may tanong si Ground Zero, ilan po bang ideal source of income? Well, of course, we always tell people na you have to have multiple sources of income. And according to, nakalimutan ko yung author, but according to a book na sinabi ng friend ko, ang typical millionaire daw ay merong 7 sources of income, which is, wow, 7 sources of income, ang dami nun. But if you think about it, it's not really that many. So ilan po bang ideal sources of income? I would say 7. Pero hindi ibig sabihin na talagang 7 businesses or 7 jobs yung kailangan mong gawin. To be honest, wala naman talagang ideal number of sources, no? But for me, the more, the better. And if you think about it, sabi ko nga, if you have a savings account, that's actually a source of income because you earn interest from that. And maraming tao na hindi nila masyadong binibigyan ng importance yung isang savings account, but it has its purpose. And it is, of course, a source of income. So if you have a bank account, you have a savings account, you actually have one source of income. And if you have a job, if you're employed, then that's, of course, one source of income also. Ngayon, hindi naman kailangan regular yung source of income mo. I know people na pag weekend rumaraket, kahit nga hindi naman sila rumaraket every weekend, but every now and then, meron silang mga freelance gig. So, that's actually another source of income. That's already 3. Then, dito papasok yung importance of having an investment. Kasi, if you have sabihin na natin, if you have a stock market portfolio, then of course, that's another source of income. If you have a mutual fund investment, that's also another source of income. Now, what more if you have a business, no? Not necessarily a full-blown business, but sabihin na natin na meron kang online store, di ba? Today, medyo madali na gumawa ng isang online store. You can even sell things on social media, no? So, every now and then, you post products na binabuy and sell mo. Now, that's another source of income. And para sa akin, mas maganda yung meron kang business. Bakit? Kasi that's actually one of the ways to have multiple sources of income. Anong ibig kong sabihin? So, of course, I'll just tell myself as an example, no, I have a financial planning firm which is yung Wealth Archie. So, yung Wealth Archie, right now, we have, sabihin na natin, we have 2 major clients, okay? So, we have 2 major corporate clients, and I actually consider them 2 sources of income, no? So, of course, sa akin, Wealth Archie is a source of income, but it is a major source of income, meaning, within the company, since we have 2 major corporate clients, I treat those as 2 separate income. Kasi the principle behind having multiple sources of income is that pag mawala yung isang source of income, ibig sabihin, hindi ka masyadong affected financially. Kasi a lot of people, they only rely on their jobs. Wala silang ibang ginagawa kundi magtrabaho and sabihin natin na mag-ipon. So, of course, if they lose their jobs, wala silang ibang mapagkukunan ng pera kundi yung ipon nila. Kung may ipon, yung iba nga wala pa. So, if you imagine it, sabihin na natin na dun sa company, because it is my business, it is my company, I have major control. Alam mo yun, I know, I have the power to do what I want dun sa business. But of course, I don't have control over my clients. In any case, if there's a major client na hindi nag-renew ng kanilang contract or umalis, of course, affected yung income ko, but it will not make the business go bankrupt because I have other major clients. And it's also the same for someone na sabihin na natin na nawalan ng trabaho, pero meron siyang freelance racket pag weekend, meron siyang online store, di ba? So, affected yung finances but not in a very significant way because marami kang pinagkukunan ng pera. So, that's really what's important. You have multiple sources of income so that you manage your risk because Sabi nga nila, walang forever. Hindi mo alam kung kailan ka mawawala ng trabaho. Hindi mo alam kung kailan ka mawawala ng kliyente. Hindi mo alam kung kailan ka ma-aksidente. Di ba? Even that is a possibility. Something could happen to you. You could lose your ability to create income. That's why it's important to work and invest on having a business that can run by itself. Meron kang mga investments that passively make money for you, mga money making money for you. So I suggest you don't focus on the number of sources na kailangan mong ma-achieve, but always bear in mind na it's always have to have more. Alright? So sabi ni, I hope I was able to answer your question, Ground Zero. And may follow-up siya. Sa investment side naman po, is it okay na multiple platforms such as YTF, VUL, and stocks, or focus po muna sa isa? It's always better to diversify. It's always better to have investments in different forms, different types of securities, and in different companies or different platforms. Pero I don't want you to have analysis paralysis. I don't want you to have alam mo yun, na may inconvenient ka kasi gusto mo lahat mag-diversify ka agad. What I always tell people is it's best to start investing where it is convenient for you, where it is accessible for you. So, focus ka muna sa isa, kung ano yung pinaka-accessible sa'yo. So, make yourself comfortable kasi there's always a point or there's always a time when investing becomes boring. No? Yung mga long-time investors will understand that, no? Kunwari, you start with UITF. And of course, yung UITF, sa bank mo lang yon, sa sarili mong commercial bank meron nun. So, you start investing in UITF. You focus on there. And sabi ko nga, one of the best strategies when it comes to long-term investing is peso cost averaging. So, you invest there every month. After mga 6 months, 8 months, a year, nabobore ka na ano ba, yun lang. So, that's actually a sign na you can now explore another type of investment. It doesn't mean that you have to stop. So, okay, so continue mo lang yung UITF investment mo. You're just doing peso cost averaging. Then, you start to explore the stock market. You try to learn about the stock market, etc. So, dalawa na siya, di ba? So, you now focus your time and learning sa stock market. How do you make money in the stock market? And how do you plan your funds, no? Your budget, how do you allocate it between your UITF investment and your stock? So, pag-aaralan mo siya. And again, there will come a point na magiging boring siya, na hindi mo siya sobrang expert ka na sa stock market, but it becomes easy na nagiging ano na siya, automatic for you na, okay, pagdating ng sweldo ko, a portion of it goes to my UITF investment, a portion of it goes to my stock market investment, and medyo naghahanap ulit ng bago. Then that's the time that you explore another type of investment. Okay? So, it's important to focus, but it's also important to expand or diversify. Mahirap gumawa ng again, just like goal setting, mahirap work for several goals at the same time, no? And if you can diversify in different types of investment, different types of platform, that's very good, but don't do it all at the same time, okay? So that's my advice for you, Ground Zero. So thank you very much, Ground Zero, sa iyong mga questions. So guys, meron pa ba kayong tanong? Just ask it sa live chat natin. And of course, if you missed the live streaming and you're just watching the replay, you can always ask your questions sa comment section and then we'll answer them sa next episode namin. So be sure to subscribe sa ating channel para rinig nyo yung sagot natin sa mga tanong ninyo. Alright? So I have a friend who asked me a couple of days ago, tinanong niya ako ano daw ang magandang business food franchise, no? So, meron akong hindi ko siya sinagot ng very detailed because I want to share my answer dito sa live stream, alright? So, tinanong ako ng friend ko, Sir Fitz, no? Ano ba ang magandang business food franchise? sabi ko sa kanya, it always depends on your location. Kasi sabihin ko man na ang pinakamagandang food franchise ngayon ay mag-franchise ka ng Jollibee, for example. Pero yung lugar naman niya, unang-una, walang enough space to put up a Jollibee franchise. Pangalawa, it's basically a residential area na hindi naman talaga kailangan ng fast food. Kasi, of course, a fast food restaurant, maganda yan sa mga lugar na maraming nagtatrabaho kasi or mga busy, no? Kasi that's their way to get fast food, no? So usually sa provinces ang mga fast food nasa mga mall kasi kinukuha niya yung market ng mga namamasyal, pero rarely you find it in a rural area na of course yung mga tao they'd rather cook at home, di ba? They'd rather cook a nutritious meal at home. So depende talaga sa area yan. And kung saan mo man balak magtayo ng negosyo or magtayo ng negosyo or mag-put up ng business, you have to study the market. Ano ba yung kailangan nitong mga tao dito sa paligid na to, di ba? And once you are able to determine ano yung need ng market dun sa specific location mo, that's when you start to look for franchise businesses that can help you provide the solution that the market needs, no? So, for example, I always share this sa mga talks ko. Meron akong friend na nakatira sila sa isang subdivision na medyo matanda na. Ano ibig sabihin? No? Wala na masyadong bata doon sa subdivision. So, marami na yung senior citizens and of course, pagdating sa pagiging senior citizen, ano yung madalas binibili ng mga yan? Mga maintenance medicines, no? So, nung nag-iisip siya ng negosyo na itatayo, sabi ko sa kanya, you look at your market, ano bang meron dito sa subdivision ninyo? And one of the sinuggest ko sa kanya was, maybe you can study if pharmacy would be a good business idea in this area. And it turns out na tuwang-tuwa yung nanay niya. Bakit? Kasi sabi ng nanay niya, alam mo, maganda magkaroon ng pharmacy dito kasi kami yung maintenance medicine namin, nagta-tricycle kami palabas ng subdivision, tapos nag-jeep pa kami papunta sa mall kasi nandun yung pinakamalapit na drugstore na pharmacy para sa aming maintenance medicines. And my friend followed my advice, nag-franchise sila ng generics drugstore, no? Generics pharmacy doon sa labas ng subdivision, and it really earned well, no? Actually malakas kasi nga meron silang need na i-provide dun sa location or dun sa area niya. So, if you're planning to put up a business or planning to franchise a business, before thinking of what to franchise or what business to put up, the very first step really is studying your location, studying your area, defining your target market, and trying to see what problem do you want to solve for your target market. Ano bang problema ng mga tao dito? Paano ko sila matutulungan? And you'd now try to find a business that can help solve that problem. Okay? So that's my tip for those who are planning to put up a business next year. So may tanong si Ground Zero, Sir, another question if okay pa po. Yes, okay pa. So based on your experience, is it actually good to invest if may recession and continue with peso cost averaging? And ano po ang mga signs ng incoming recession? Okay? So, technically, pag sinabing recession, ibig sabihin the economy is slowing down or it is, I don't want to say going down, but it is really slowing down. I don't know if you're talking about Philippine recession or the global recession. But, ako, ito na lang personal strategy ko. When the news says that we are going into recession, I usually don't panic, no? I usually just continue with what I'm doing with my investment strategy. I just continue with my peso cost averaging. Why? Because a lot of economists, a lot of financial experts, they like doing these predictions. And up until na nangyari siya, hindi ako nag-change ng plan ko. Okay? So, unang-una, the reason why I love long-term investing, no? The reason why I always put most of my money into an investment na long-term yung horizon is because it helps me go through the ups and downs of the market. So, yung mga recession, nasusurvive ko kasi long-term yung mindset ko. So, again, if there are news about an incoming recession is coming out, I become more aware. Alam mo, medyo, mas nagiging vigilant, but I don't change anything with my investment plan. Now, when the recession actually hits, no, talagang ito na, the country is in recession, etc. That's when I actually stop investing, reevaluate, ano ba talaga yung nangyayari, why did the country went into recession, and then see what are my options. But kasi during recession, cash is king, no? So yung regular na ini-invest ko na pera, hahawakan ko muna. Pero yung mga na-invest ko, hindi ako masyadong nagpapanik na kukunin ko sila, no? Kasi nga when I invest with a long-term horizon. Ibig sabihin, kaya ko mag-survive ng recession na hindi ko kinukuha yung ininvest ko. However, the cash flow that keeps coming in, I try to hold on to it first, no? During the time na nag-declare na recession na nga. Pero pag during the time na prediction pa lang, hindi pa ako masyadong nag-hold into cash. So, yun ang ginagawa ko. Now, most of the time, sabihin na natin, a recession, it lasts mga a year, 2 years. Sobrang tagal na siguro noong 3 to 5 years, no? But in any case, handa ako. That's why I have my emergency fund. I have my multiple sources of income. That's why I have my skills. I continue to learn new skills. Kasi when recession really hits, I focus on my cash flow. I hold on to my money. I try to evaluate yung mga investments ko. But of course, yung mga na-invest ko na, yung portfolio ko na on a long-term horizon, I don't hit the panic button and withdraw or redeem all of them. Hinahayaan ko lang chill lang ako. No? So, that's basically how I handle recession. Based on if is it actually good to invest if may recession? Ito actual recession na, I would say na try to hold on to your money first, no? Kung recession na. Pero kung chismis pa lang na magkaka-recession, just continue investing. Okay? So, ano po ang mga signs ng incoming recession? It's really hard to say, but that's why we rely on experts and economists to tell us if there are signs of an incoming recession. So, at best, this news information makes you aware, makes you vigilant, pero don't panic, don't do anything harsh. Huwag kang matakot. Just continue with what you're doing. It's just important that you're aware na people are talking about that, no? So there are different signs of recession, but most of them hindi naman natutuloy because no government wants their country to go into recession. So there will always be measures that the government will do to avoid it, no? So I guess that's my tip for you, my opinion about that matter, Ground Zero. I hope may natutunan ka doon sa sinabi ko and may mas naliwanagan ka. I hope I was very clear with my explanation. Alright? So, ayun. So, hello sa mga nanonood at this time. Of course, this is a Christmas episode. So, advance Merry Christmas sa inyo or Merry Christmas sa inyo kung pinapanood nyo to during Christmas. And I hope you're learning something valuable, something very educational or informative dito sa ating episode. So, salamat Ground Zero sa mga questions mo. I hope you guys also learn something from the answers that I gave kay Ground Zero. Alright? So, I guess that's it. We usually run this live stream for an hour and we're now around 42 minutes, so which is enough. And I guess for now, that's our episode for this week. And thank you everyone for watching. Thank you sa mga nakinood during the live stream. Salamat sa mga nanood ng replay. I know most of you will be watching the replay. And please like and subscribe this video. Share it to your friends. Check out my website, ready to be reached at fitsvideofertil.com. And of course, we are still on the road to 1,000 subscribers. So please encourage your friends to subscribe and participate and show up during our live stream. So of course, uso ngayon ang vlogging, video vlogging. Tinatamad ako mag-edit ng mga video. So sabi ko, magla-live stream ako para mas madali, di ba? May mga special effects naman tayo na mga graphics. So, thank you, Ground Zero. Thank you, daming takeaway and more powerful. Nako, you're welcome, Ground Zero, and I hope to see you again next week. So guys, kailan tayo magla-live stream? So hopefully Sunday ulit next week. December 29. Tinignan ko yung desk calendar ko. So December 29. So hopefully by next year we have a regular schedule na for our Usapang Pera. But for now, I'm inclined to doing it during the weekend. So priority ko is doing it on a Sunday afternoon. If not, if I will be busy on a Sunday, then probably on a Saturday. Alright? I streamed Usapang Pera before at night, pero feeling ko mas unstable yung internet pag gabi. So mas gusto ko yung internet speed kapag tanghali. So or hapon, no, after lunch. So probably this would be my regular time. As for the day and weekly schedule, hindi pa tayo nakapag-decide, but yun nga, I'm leaning towards doing it during the weekend. So, I guess that's it. Thank you for watching. Merry Christmas. Have a great week ahead. And see you again next time. Bye-bye.